This is Leonard Cho, President of the National Honor Society. NHS implements a new school program every year. This year, we are launching Study Archive. Study Archive is a program that aims to help students provide educational video material for current and future SPPS students. Students individually submit a maximum of 3-minute video where they teach math or science subjects, and the NHS checks for the quality of the submitted video. Approved videos will be uploaded to the NHS YouTube channel that is accessible only to the SPPS community. You can submit the videos through the Google form that we will provide. You should put your name, grade level, subject of which your video is teaching, and its section. To check the video's quality and validity, a math or science teacher will check if the content is genuine and valid to be uploaded for educational purposes. There are 3 awards: Most Submission, Best Quality for Math, and Best Quality for Science. The student who receives the Most Submission award will receive 3 extra points on their chapter test. And the students who receive Best Quality award for Math and Science will receive 5 extra points each on their chapter test. NHS encourages you to participate in Study Archive to receive the extra point awards. Please check your inbox for more detailed information. Thank you.
Hello, St. Paul. As we all know, this Friday we have Sports Day. The school wanted me to tell you about some rules that were going to be put in place. So, number 1, the dress code. So on Thursday, we're going to be receiving St. Paul Sports Day t-shirts. The school wants us to wear them, and if you're cold, just wear St. Paul hoodies on top of it. In terms of your bottom attire, don't be stupid and wear like tight jeans. Wear something that's flexible and comfortable to exercise in, and obviously wear sneakers. Regarding inside the facility, outside food is not allowed, so don't bring any outside food, drinks, or snacks. And recycle your trash because nobody likes littering. Bring your own personal medicine if you think that's necessary, as we don't want anyone getting sick. And if anyone knowingly or recklessly damages, vandalizes, destroys, or defaces, or tampers with school, public, or private property of another person, St. Paul will personally seek compensation from the parent/guardian of the student who commits any of those violations. Regarding lunchtime will be inside the gym. Everyone can use the cafe on the 2nd floor, only available during lunchtime. Going in and out of the school, students must stay indoors, even during lunchtime. Regarding the shuttle bus will only be active in the morning, directly from your house to the venue. And no shuttle bus will be active after school. If any case of early departures or emergencies, contact the school admins or your counselor and let them know immediately. Thank you.
What does Honor Council do?
You know when you're around a bunch of negative people who complain too much, and then suddenly you realize that you're really negative too, always whining and complaining and depressed and angry? Well, the same thing happens when you have a school full of dishonest students, cheating, copying, plagiarizing. This tends to make good kids turn into bad kids because everyone's doing it, so it seems like it's okay. Honor Council was created in 2019 to try and do the opposite. Create and promote a school environment that upholds honesty and integrity.
Who checks the tip box?
Every Monday morning, I check the tip box for any submissions. 90% of the time, it's empty. But if someone submits something, I do follow up with Miss Sunny, the head of student affairs. Then, if it's super serious, we bring in Mr. Larson. The student members of Honor Council have nothing to do with the tip box. Despite how responsible and amazing they are, it would be inappropriate to let teenagers take responsibility of something like that.
How does the tip box work?
I've heard some rumors the past 2 years. You know, the major cheating scandals and the bullying scandals, and how it was revealed through the tip box that someone ended up getting kicked out of school and then going to jail? Yeah, that rumor. Well, all of that is fake news, kids. almost no one uses the tip box, and the major incidences that have occurred were because a handful of students went directly to the counselors to disclose information. The tip box was created because 2 years ago, a group of students felt they needed a platform to express their concerns. Not only about students getting away with blatant cheating, but also to inform the school about certain teachers not properly proctoring or downloading tests from Quizlet. And this allows us to seal up any holes in the teacher's testing methodology. Because sometimes we aren't even aware of how sneaky some of you kids are. If there are any serious issues like bullying or cheating on a massive scale, please go directly to your counselor. They need to hear the whole context, and the tip box is limited in that function.
Where's the tip box link?
The Eagles board homepage, the Honor Council's Instagram profile, and some teachers and counselors' email signature. Note that the information you submit is very limited, so although we do follow up with each case, there usually is not enough information or evidence to carry out any real punishments. So go to your counselor if you think something needs to be done. On a final note, November and December are Honor Council nomination months. This means your teachers and your Honor Council members will be nominating students to campaign to become the next members of 2023 and 2024. So be good, students. We're watching you.
Sedajon was made in late 2020 for people who cannot speak up and people who want to keep anonymity. It was originally used by students to ask upperclassmen about classes or clubs. However, it started to become a problem as students started to abuse the anonymity of the platform by leaving harmful remarks about specific students. This led to many conflicts between students. It was closed by the school due to this type of issues. However, even after the restrictions made on Sedajon, an anonymous figure made an Instagram account named Bamboo Forest. It started to receive anonymous questions and remarks, and uploaded these remarks without much censoring. This became a huge problem as there were many harmful comments, and it caused conflict between students. A lot of people were genuinely upset and mad. The account was quickly banned after one post due to the sheer amount of reports the account had received. At the time when the incident happened, there were a lot of controversies among students. The broadcasting students asked their friends how they felt when the Bamboo Forest account was made. Some students felt annoyed by the fact that this is happening again. Yet, some said they enjoyed reading comments for those who were not involved in any contents on the Bamboo Forest posts. Nevertheless, some did not only feel uncomfy about it, but also felt attacked. Interestingly, a majority of freshmen did not even know that it happened. Because they have just risen up to high school, they would have no background knowledge of the said incident. We have noticed that a considerable number of students reported this incident to their school admins, and we decided to hear about their opinions on the anonymous platform issues. We interviewed Mr. Carlson, Mr. Yelin, and the school counselors.
Hi, Mr. Carlson. Will it be fine if we ask you a few questions?
Of course, Ian.
First, please introduce yourself.
My name is Mr. Carlson. I am a member of the Social Studies Department. I teach U.S. History here at SPPS.
There have been several issues due to platforms that allow people to ask questions anonymously. People have left remarks that can be regarded as hate speech or defamation. Could you please explain or elaborate the concepts of freedom of speech, anonymity, and the laws about defamation in Korea?
It's tough. I'm a U.S. citizen, so I'm pretty ignorant with the limitations or laws here in Korea. As a history teacher, I can say that freedom of speech is a concept that actually predates the founding of the United States. Famously, Voltaire would actually argue that I completely disagree with everything that you have just said. However, now I will fight to the death so that you may say it. And I firmly believe that many people who follow that philosophy of freedom of speech would probably stand by that today. in regards to defamation. From my understanding, in the United States, what would be considered freedom of speech is considered defamation here in Korea. In the United States, we have things like Yelp, where you can provide public or anonymous feedback about how you feel the service you required at a restaurant or delivery. And no matter how you market, other people can take that as a form of feedback to know whether they want to take that service or be a patron of that establishment. However, here in Korea, foreigners who have left less than 5-star feedback, even if it wasn't negative but less than 5 stars, that is deemed as defamation because it's provided information by the public and it has actually been pulled down in Korea. So a key thing to remember here at SPPS is if you're looking for freedom of speech, understand that the U.S. Constitution only works in the United States, not in the Republic of Korea.
Okay, so what do you think about people using anonymous platforms to use hate speech or defamation against others without going through any consequences?
Well, a million years ago when I was actually young, a famous author of my generation that probably no one reads today by the name of Samuel Longbourn Clemens. I highly doubt anybody here knows who that person is. But I'm pretty sure you've heard of Mark Twain. Mark Twain, one of my favorite authors, and I'm loosely paraphrasing here. It doesn't matter what the press says. It doesn't matter what politicians or the mobs say. It doesn't matter if the whole country decides that something wrong is something right. What I recall remembering when I was young, many, many eons ago, is that the nation, when I refer to the nation, I'm referring to the United States of America, was founded upon one principle above all else, and that is the requirement that we all must stand up for what we believe in, no matter the odds or the consequences. That's the key part there, consequences. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself and you by the river of truth and say no. You move. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is freedom of speech has a price. And what is your goal? If your goal is to spread disinformation or hate, you have that protection in the United States. But is that really what the world needs? What is your goal? If your goal is to suppress someone's point of view or opinion, is that free speech? As Mark Twain famously said, as I paraphrase and quoted, the mob is not always right. So just because everyone around you says you're wrong, stand by what you believe in. However, don't stand anonymously. If you feel that you are in the right, then regardless of the consequences, you should be able to face that and validate why you're right. Starting us off what we said, whether or not people agree or not, if you're in the United States, Mr. Carlson may not agree with you, but I will fight vehemently to make sure that you are entitled to your freedom of speech.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you.